follow me when the sky starts to change. Yeah, we won't be afraid. We'll never be the same again.
Won't With anime in our souls and thoughts of wrestling out of control, we are a group of weebs who love the entertainment of professional wrestling. So allow us to be the voices inside of your head as we go through the wrestling events of the evening, give our thoughts and predictions on what's to come, and provide an experience inclusive to all you nerds out there. So grab your steel chair, yell for the table, get put through an experience unlike any other. Brought to you, of course, by AniMa W3 Studio. This is the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Happy Monday to all of you lovely weebsters out there. Hopefully your weeks have started off pretty well, unless, you're one of those people that don't have a Monday to Friday job and instead your weekends might start on a Monday. Maybe this is technically your Friday. Who knows? I'm not one to judge. We all have different lives and different works and different ways we like to go about our days. But on this day, we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, which was okay. It was an all right show. I'm just going to go ahead and say that outright here at the beginning, but we'll dive into everything as always. But welcome to all of our returning listeners, all our returning viewers, returning chatters. Let us know in the chat, in the comments, if you're watching the VOD, how you guys felt about Raw. We're going to break everything down for you as we always do. But who are we exactly if you're new to these parts? Well, of course, I am one of your lovely co-hosts tonight. I am your reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. That's right, the most decorated sports entertaining podcaster in all of the interwebs. That's right, your world champion Watkins is here, helping to guide us through the event of tonight, this Monday Night Raw, if you will. But of course, never alone in this endeavor. There are two lovely gentlemen sitting right above me to help me break down this show. First and foremost, to our right, we've got somebody who claims to be a visionary. He also says he's a revolutionary. He's also the #1 Goldberg stan on the internet, on YouTube. He is going to spear the living daylights out of all of you with his positivity. That's right, everybody. Legend D Vash is here, and he's going to tell you, everybody, what's up. How you doing tonight, Vash?
I love and appreciate that you spin him at the end. He's gonna spear the positivity out of you. Like you made it like to my character, the optimistic Vash, because it's your boy, the legendary human typhoon. Legendary Vash is your boy, the visionary, like he said. And you know very well that when I see Watkins in person for the second time in my life, 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna tell my wife, "Hey babe, can you record real quick? Hey Watkins, this grass looks very good right here." And they'll go, "What?" Little nice spear, just done to him, just like Bron Breaker, just cut him in half, just down on the ground, and that'll be a beautiful Weebs of the Ring content for us to post up there, because he will take the bump. I was told and signed by the contract with blood and everything, so that was really cool to see, and I can't wait for that to happen 2 weeks from now. Really exciting to be talking about this show, because one of my favorite segments is going to be on our Quickfire segment chat. So sad and disappointed because it happened so fast, and it was a glorified match that I barely saw myself, so I can't wait to talk about it because it happened so fast. And we're not here alone with the genius of the mat, right, Watkins?
That's right. He's gonna help us process these. Some of these stories that happened tonight. There was a little bit of story progression in some of these spots, but not much, at least from what I saw. A lot coming from the women, I will say that much. But of course, he is known around these parts as the genius of the mat, the guy who loves his horror, loves that darkness and all that, and tries to bring that into the wrestling sphere, all that knowledge, all that power. Ladies and gentlemen, drop this box. Drop. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, and unfortunately, I'm playing the role as the genius of the sky, because Iyo Sky was the genius of the mat tonight. But I get what they're doing. I'm not against it, because this was an idea that we talked about on the show, so if it is heading down that direction, I'm all here for it. I'm just hoping it makes sense in the long run once we fully dive into it. But yeah, I would have to agree, there's probably a couple things that really stood out to me on this episode of Raw tonight. I will say, if there was one thing I would give a positive towards, is the wrestling. The wrestling in itself was definitely a highlight to me when it came to what transpired on this episode tonight, because a lot of matches got a lot of time, so I am happy for that. Plus the opening segment that we'll dive into in just a few moments. I mean, that got me really excited.
Yeah, yeah. I think only like one match really was kind of a stinker for me. Everything else, like everybody really brought it tonight, and I'm just glad a lot of these had the time to cook a little bit, especially one of the women's matches getting time to cook,
Oh,
considering it was kind of made on the fly today.
yeah. For
Yeah.
the one you're talking about, like, I honestly thought it was gonna be like a 20-minute match. So I honestly thought it was gonna be a bit different. And even
Mhm.
here in cage match, I'm just staring at the timing and everything. They didn't even add the main event because it was also like a DQ, which is very disappointing because I was like, how long was that match either way? So I can't even tell on the cage match how long it was because they do have the Sami Zayn that
Mhm.
defeats Rusev by DQ. So they do have that one, but it's very disappointing that they don't have the main event. But I was very happy with what Drop said. Out of this whole night, the Roxanne and Iyo Sky was a 20-minute match, is what it felt like, but it was a 15-minute in 38. Even when me and Drop and a few other friends was watching it in the Discord, it said like me and Drop were both shocked. Like, is it me or this feels kind of long? Like this feels like
Mhm.
actually a longer match than expected, and it was. And it was impromptu. Of course, probably it was already written, prep, and everything, but it felt like impromptu, and it was done well by both of these ladies, like Iyo Sky, who is the genius of the sky, but then we have Roxanne, who is been called after prodigy and doing of what she's been doing for such a short time and been so good at it to go up with Iyo
Mhm.
Sky and also take her first W like this. I can't wait for us to talk about that and just all the things on Raw that happened because I can't wait for us to break down the Grande Americano stuff because I'm kind of getting mixed on it. Like I can't wait for us to break that down.
All right. Well, hey, let's quit tickling everybody's pickle. Let's go into it. Let's dive right into everything that deals with the World Heavyweight title picture because this is basically our main storyline here going into Monday Night Raw. So CM Punk started the night off tonight, and oh man, he is mad. He is an angry little boy, and he seems to have a Seth Rollins problem, but it seems he may also end up having an LA Knight problem because LA Knight just interrupts his promo and they kind of have a big war of words and all that. But hey, they both deserve a rematch at some point. But who gets it first? Who's going to be at the back of the line? Does not matter because out comes Paul Heyman to warn LA Knight, hey, don't be making any deals with CM Punk because he's a bit of a snake, which is interesting coming from the Walrus himself, Paul Heyman, calling CM Punk a snake. But hey, with that being said, Heyman does issue a challenge to the two babyfaces to face off against Bron in a tag team match. Playa, holla, holla, bling, bling. Look at your dollar there. LA Knight is kind of mad that CM Punk accepted the challenge on his behalf, not really liking that aspect of it. Yeah, so I thought this was a very strong opening to Monday Night Raw. These two on the mic against each other is magic because like
It
you
was
have
so good.
you have LA Knight as like that modern day rock character, and then of course CM Punk's freaking CM Punk. You know, in a way, CM Punk kind of was heelish in this promo to me, just with him being like, hey, I don't care you had a title match last week. It's my title. It's my time. Like you can just go off somewhere else. But I I want to ask you guys how you guys felt with this. We're going to start with the promo segment, and we can mention the stuff that was backstage too with people like Jay, with Seth, and all that. Because like this is really the meat and potatoes of this. Because like when it comes to the match itself, like the action was fine, but overall it was kind of like your typical WWE tag team main event match. Like if you look at Friday Night SmackDown, you kind of got the same match on Raw, except you have different players in it. But Vash, what did you think of this opening segment and just like this interaction between CM Punk and LA Knight? Like, how did that make you feel tonight? Did it make you feel all warm and fuzzy, or were you on LA Knight's side or CM Punk's side? Talk to me here.
All right, players. So we're gonna get down to the middle. This was a solid segment, very solid, very entertaining when it comes to LA Knight and CM Punk. I felt the type of vibe I was getting. I felt like I was seeing like a John Cena and CM Punk back in the day, or The Rock and with CM Punk, crossing paths. Very few there. in the glance. It's just seeing that it felt really cool to see. Even the joke that Bron Breakker said, "You're 47, you're 40. If you add both of those up, it's 100." I'm like, yeah, Steiner's math is fucking crazy, but also just literally just pointed that out. Imagine just Bron Breakker actually, like, of course, it's part story scripted, but imagine he feels that deep inside, like, yo, I'm gonna take y'all motherfuckers out. You are out of this already. You're too old for this league. I'm the big dog out here. So it just felt really serious in that part. And for anybody that comes in any business, entertainment, you want to be the next dog. You want to be the next up-and-coming person. So understandable that even if Bron Breakker feels like that deep down, I just love how he made it in a comedy way. Just, going like he's like, yo, I'm going to rip y'all motherfuckers apart. I felt that energy. And I agree about the match. The match, I don't have much to say about it. It's like a lot of cool spots were there, but it was more like we get our type of glorify type of main event, the cool spots that being thrown. The one thing I will shout out is CM Punk and LA chemistry. Just them two tagging teaming together has been very entertaining. Of how one part in the match we have LA and CM Punk like going blow for blow when it came to, I believe it was Bron Breakker outside of the ring, and the way LA was talking to him like, hey, you done enough punching. I'm gonna do the last punch, and just did the one knockout, threw Bron Breakker to the ground, and told CM Punk like, "Yo, you get up there now." So like them, and I love how Corey Graves said it during commentary. One of the most perfect lines, like, "Hey, we have two of the biggest ego within the company and tag teaming tonight. So it's who will take in charge." And that's very well said. Is when it comes to character-wise, they both have big egos that want to be on top and want to be the star. So it's like who outweighs, and even the crowd was screaming for both sides of LA Knight for CM Punk. People were screaming the yeah, and people were screaming for CM Punk. So you saw the hype for both sides. But I just love that very much to see two top stars that we, for the past year and a half, as Weebs of the Ring, has been asking for LA Knight to get up there with our other guys that has already been established. Now for LA Knight to be there, even in a few weeks, a couple weeks, to main event as well, most likely with a fatal forward that we will talk about at the end of the segment. So it's just really exciting overall just to see LA Knight and CM Punk being involved. Like you said, Jey Uso being part of it as well. I remember a year ago, Jey Uso and LA Knight had the little cool moment saying, yeah, yeet. So that was also pretty cool. But now we have them kind of being at odds, which makes sense when you have other stars trying to take this, to take the spotlight, the moment. And that's what main event Jey Uso, his name, but also he lost his title. He wants to get back in there, and also having LA Knight involved with the bloodline top involved stuff. I feel like it's a good spot. So overall, I've been entertained by the segment and by the match itself. It's just kept. It's the one storyline behind one more that we will talk about. Two of them much later. That is one of the storylines that's been really fleshed out throughout the whole show. That's been scattered throughout. So I would say very well balanced.
Yeah. All right. What about you, ET? What is your expert analysis on what happened with CM Punk and LA Knight in that ring tonight?
So probably one of the things I was looking forward to the most when I saw CM Punk and LA Knight inside of the ring, it was just a moment with both of them together. That's what really sold that moment for me, because when I saw CM Punk come out, I was really intrigued, because it's hard not to get intrigued by CM Punk, because, I mean, I was just telling the guys earlier when we were watching Raw, CM Punk's the complete package. He's great in the ring. He's great in promos. He's basically everything you want as a main event player. So when I saw him in the ring venting out his frustration, which made a lot of sense given what's currently going on between the both of them, you had LA Knight come out, and I was like, okay, this can get interesting, because it's been teased before. They had a little segment in the back when LA Knight was going on his little killing spree because he was trying to get his revenge on Seth Rollins and the Brons because of what they did to, prevent him from advancing in King of the Ring. And then you had that little tease with him, but it never went anywhere. So the fact that it went to them inside the ring, sharing a segment together, there was just a lot there to work with because we just never seen it before. And this is one of the things that I was talking about the most when it came to LA Knight being on Raw. A huge place for him to explore. It's almost like Lincoln Hyrule. He's on Epona. He's traveling through Hyrule Field. That's essentially what LA Knight is doing on Monday Night Raw. Has a whole new playground to play in because there's people that he's never faced before on there. So getting interactions with CM Punk, getting interactions with the Brons and Seth Rollins and all of them, and whoever else he locks heads with in the future, that gets me really excited. So I'm happy that he's a member on Raw. I know it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure it's like a soft confirm that he's on the show now, which is awesome. But I just love how, they're just both going at each other. That they were like, we're going to have this match here because obviously you want him, I want him. We're going to have to see if we could, maybe I can get my match first and you can get it afterwards. You could be my first successful title defense and everything. And, CM Punk had a couple shots to say at LA Knight when it comes to him never being a world champion, which is true. Hopefully we can change that in 2026, by the way. Just keep that in mind. Don't keep teasing that and not doing it because you're involving this man in a lot of main event spots. So it's only right sooner or later you give him a shot, and you also give CM Punk a longer reign than 5 minutes, by the way. I'm so salty about that. But
it's shorter than Drew's reign, too. I saw a tweet about that.
Yeah,
I was really sad. I'm like, fuck.
Don't worry. Whenever Drew McIntyre gets in any sort of segment with CM Punk again, he's more than likely going to bring that up. Well, my reign might have been short, but at least mine was a couple seconds longer than yours. But I like how the whole segment itself, you got the Brons coming out and everything. Obviously, Common Enemy. You got the tag team match being set up tonight between Punk and Knight against the two Brons, which, by the way, I mentioned this to Watkins in our WWE thread, and even ET himself noticed it as well. That's why he has a little yellow finger right now, because he had to go to WWE headquarters and, wave his magic finger towards people to really set some business. He wasn't too happy, by the way. But
yeah,
I know for sure we've been saying Brons. I know WWE has been saying that. That I know 100% is a Weebs of the Ring original. I don't want people coming on here. I don't want people coming on here saying that, oh yeah, we came up with it first because we don't want to say Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Like, no, that we've been doing that for a very long time, and this pairing was together. So you got to give us some advertisements. You got to give us some sort of like free merch royalties. Or whatever. Yeah, give us some royalties, man.
Like, because I'm pretty sure that bit started off with calling them Braun and the Funky Bunch.
Yes, it was.
That little thing, but like, I agree with you guys. Having these two massive egos coming together under one roof and into one ring, interacting with each other is magic. And we got a couple teases too tonight of like LA Knight interacting with Jey Uso, for example, because like when they had their little small interaction in the back, Jey walked away and LA Knight did give him a look. He gave him a good old stare, like, yeah, nah, you need to get in the back of the line, bud. It's my time, yeah. And even just like that right there, like CM Punk and even Paul Heyman to an extent, were really playing off of the yeahs. Like that's how you really not only solidify the whole catchphrase thing, but that's how you use it without it getting so stale, or how some of the IWC will be like, oh, the whole yeet thing. Oh, can Jey Uso say a promo without people going yeet afterwards? Well, yeah, they can. It's just there's ways you can spin around it, and I like how they did all that tonight too. With like again, Punk saying it, with Paul being like, yeah, I hate when you guys do that. Like just a great moment too.
That's a great line, because that's also Paul putting over LA Knight with his phrase, but also pointing out to the audience like, hey, I hate when you do that, but also it makes the audience know that hey, to do this more. Or he is having the audience part of the segment being involved there as well.
Yeah, and I mean that's just all part of the show. So yeah, I mean all this is just to really get us to what the world title match is gonna be, which I kind of figured it was gonna be a fatal 4-way match like this. I part of me wasn't expecting Jay to be involved because like I'm pretty sure from what I read, Roman's not supposed to go to start recording for that Street Fighter movie until like September 2nd.
Yeah.
So I thought there would have been some time for him to like at least do this fatal 4-way match. Maybe something happens in that match and he has to, that's how they write him off and all that. But I mean, I guess they're doing the write-off from last week, which I mean is fair. That's fine. But I just kind of figured he'd be somewhat involved with Clash in Paris. But I mean, maybe there were some other things he had to do before the taping and all that. But yeah, I mean, I'm mixed on the Fatal 4-Way thing because on one hand, like it's gonna slap, like the match is gonna be great, but when I look at it from like Adam Pearce's standpoint, I'm like, okay, let me try to punish Seth Rollins by putting him in a Fatal 4-Way match. Here's the other thing, though, Pierce. Fatal 4-Way matches are no DQ, and Seth Rollins has backup.
Yeah.
You really think you're punishing the man? Like, I mean, yeah, Seth was just like, "Oh, you can't be doing this," but like,
and then
got backup.
Once he was about to hear the fourth person, he was like, "Please don't do it. Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Just please don't say it." And he heard it like,
he saved Punk for last.
Yes, it was perfect. That. Like Jay was like, "Yee, yee, yee," and after you heard LA Knight, he like, "Yeah." And then CM Punk, I love his response. This man would grab the rope, like, "Yeah."
Oh, just like, yeah, put in no Ultimate Warrior. It's just like, yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, then the Vision, they end up beating down the faces and all that, standing tall, which is just fine. Keep your heat going and all that. A shame, these security guards kind of suck, but hey, when you get paid like they do, you're probably going to get horrible customer service.
I will say this, so I'm glad we can actually call them something instead of saying all their names at once.
Right?
Yeah, the Vision or the Bron.
Which, oh my gosh, y'all are lucky. What was it, last week that they were finally named? Y'all are fucking lucky I wasn't on that podcast episode because I fucking called it months ago. Call them the Vision. Look what they did. Y'all are watching. I know you're Triple H. I know you're watching. Bring Ilya Dragunov back. Anyways, that's besides the point. I am looking forward to this Fatal 4-Way match. It's gonna hit. It's gonna slap. The fact we're going back to Paris and Jey Uso has a big title match.
Bro, that Yeet, oh my god. And they will be more in sync this time.
Carpenter says, "Oh boy.
Oh boy." Oh boy, Sabrina Carpenter. This kind of should be the main event because of that.
It will be because we have 3 big superstars, and I don't think Cody's gonna have a match at the moment that hasn't been yet foreseen. Because Drew has one, but we don't know it depending on which one is gonna take in charge.
Wait, Drew has a match at Clash in Paris?
I assume with Cody, that's gonna be like the plan.
Yeah, no, that should be the plan for them. But like, yeah, now this Fatal 4-Way should main event because why would you start your match? Why would you start your night with 4 guys who are gonna just blow the roof off the Spectrum out there? Like, there would be no more arena when they come out to that ring. The crowd would legitimately destroy that arena. Like, we saw what they did. The last, what was it, Backlash Paris? Like, we saw what they did there. Freaking, that's where the whole Firefly yeeting started. That's where AJ Styles had his match where the camera almost came off the thing. Yeah.
Ole, 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 phenomenal, AJ. Yeah. Ole, 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 phenomenal, AJ.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to the match. I don't know if there's anything else to add to this more. I know there's like a video package for Bronson Reed. To be honest, I skipped it because I was a little bit behind on like starting Raw. So I was just like, oh, here's my opportunity to skip this and get to the live portion of it. So it was mainly...
I'll be honest. I didn't pay attention to that one either. Job, did you pay attention to that video package? Because I didn't.
The Bron.
They
were pretty much just talking about their goal, who they are, and everything. That's pretty much like what it was. It's like, oh yeah, okay. I'm Bronson Reed, I'm Braun Breaker, I do this, I do that. He's the tribal thief and all that stuff. Which I got to get a picture of Paul Heyman with those sneakers over his neck.
Oh my god, yes.
That might be a profile. That might be a profile picture.
With the shoe Lafala.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Maybe I'll add that. Maybe I'll add that to our Mude bot. That'd be his default.
Bronson Reed came out, and I love Job's reaction. Was like, this man's silly. Why does he have two shoes now? Is he gonna collect the third one and just keep the third one and then have the shoelace longer? And I'm like, honestly, I would prefer that because it would just continue the bit and the way Paul Heyman kind of hypes fucking Bronson Reed. We have our Chulafala, our tribal thief, and I'm like,
dude,
you don't make it that hype as he should.
Freaking Bronson Reed out here collecting the Infinity Stones for his Infinity Boot.
Yes, Infinity Boot. Instead of the Infinity Gauntlet is the Infinity Boot. I was a bit slow there.
The gears turning. I saw the gears turning in your head. Like,
sorry, my eyes just saw our boy Naomi gone from the bottom. I'm like, damn, Naomi, cool. And then you just said that, and I'm like, good point. The boot.
I swear, kids, leave drugs alone. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Freaking this guy looking at the Mude bot while we're doing a podcast. Oh, hey, good. I'm glad Nanami's out of your reaches now. I'm glad. That's what you get.
I was looking
at it. I want to tie. You know what?
As we were talking, I was looking at this 7-inch tall Rize figure from Chainsaw Man.
See, that's at least acceptable. Yeah. You know, because it's freaking Rize.
I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put it out here, guys. I like Makima. I appreciate what she does, but I'm more of a Rize guy.
Yeah, no,
I feel
you. Yeah. At least you don't bark. You don't bark. That's
actually fitting. This is actually fitting because we have somebody who barks.
I know, exactly. See how everything always comes full circle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It always comes back to the topic, no matter what. That's why you guys watch Weebs of the Ring. That's why you listen to us banter and go on.
If you want more anime and manga content, go check out the company AniMa W3 Studio, where we take out anime podcasts, have a conversational podcast, and check out our Off the Binge Off seasonal podcast, where you can hear weekly seasonal anime being reviewed, and maybe the recent movie being reviewed by my the Off the Binge, or it might be Drop Myself and Walk-Ins. Who knows when the movie comes out in the next couple of months.
Well, with that plug out of the way, we're gonna move on now to all of our other stories, all of our mid-card stories now, because we've talked about our main event, we've talked about our world title. Let's talk about our mid-card here. A few things to kind of hit on here when it comes to our mid-card title scenes and all that. First of all, we're going to start with dirty-ass Dom Mysterio, the Judgment Day, El Grande Americano, all this stuff going on revolving everybody involved here because multiple parties are involved. But we're going to start, of course, with this other tag team match we got tonight to kind of hype up this AAA Triple Mania going on this weekend where, fun fact, we have JBL and Corey Graves on commentary for us. So that's going to be an interesting combo.
Yo, when I heard that combo, I'm like, in Mexico? Are we dead ass?
Like,
okay, cool.
All right.
Cool.
All right, fine.
I can't wait.
Yeah. But in order to hype up that match, we have dirty ass Dom Mysterio and El Grande Americano taking on AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Now, 3 of those competitors are going to be in that Fatal 4-Way match for the Mega Championship at Triple Mania. AJ Styles is just here because he's still feuding with Dom and all that. But we at least had a backstage segment to kind of start all of this off. So Dom ends up bringing El Grande Americano into the clubhouse, and at first Finn's like, "Wait, what is he doing here? He's not part of the Judgment Day." And just like, "Don't worry." Don't worry, Poppy Dom has this. Daddy Dom has this. I'm just going to use him to my advantage so that way I can win the AAA Mega Championship on Saturday. And Finn's just like, all right, great, smart. Yeah, you do, Dom. Have fun. Have at it. Ladies, go handle some business since, you lost the tag titles, but apparently Naomi's injured, which we'll get into here in a little bit. So go take care of your business. So that's like our Judgment Day backstage stuff. Any comments on regarding that stuff? Man, with like Dom and I guess Finn here, and Dom's plan to use El Grande Americano.
At some point, I'm really confused on what they're trying to plan with Finn and with Dom, because at some point a couple months ago we thought they were gonna clash together as two leaders, Dom growing up to become his own leader, become his own man, and become independent, and Finn, still treating him as, instead of the equal. We thought that was going to be coming up in the future as a clash, but it hasn't. But now in this episode of Raw, it was more like an equal. I was like, hey, I got it. I will get the world champion of AAA. I will bring it to the clubhouse and feel like, yeah, you got it. Put the chin up and everything. So I was a bit confused there of where are they leading with this. So that's more of my comment when it comes to this segment.
I think it's just mainly a slow burn that comes with them, which is becoming a very, very, very slow burn. I don't know when we'll revisit all that. Maybe when Liv comes back, but we'll have to see how that's all being set up here when it comes to the Judgment Day. But Drop, do you have any comments on this backstage segment with El Grande Americano going into the clubhouse here?
I'm just hoping this El Grande Americano stuff comes to an end soon.
Yeah. Apparently he was getting some pops in AAA, which, okay. Like, fine. Imagine he wins that match on Saturday and becomes the Mega Champion in AAA.
I can see it.
I mean,
as long as that gives him an excuse to drop that other title.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm talking about El Grande Americano winning that.
Oh no!
I will not be happy. I will not be happy.
Oh no! Oh no!
Look, Watkins. I love your vision. I love your comedic humor. But for a Grande Americano getting AAA, I feel like look. I gotta speak for my Latino culture. I gotta speak. Look, I'm not Mexican.
Apparently they love him down there, though.
Look,
apparently they love him
because we love the bit. We love the bit.
Exactly.
But I don't need my dude to become the champion of AAA. Fuck no. I don't mind if he's the bit entertainment. Ludwig has been enjoying this 100%. He's been having a blast from what it looks at it. Even the crowd during this fight of the 2-on-2, the crowd was screaming Ludwig Kaiser, and they were saying, "No, he isn't. Ludwig Kaiser. No, he isn't." So they was having fun with it, yes. But when it comes to that, who should be winning? As much as I love Dragon Lee, and it hurt. It fucking hurt when Corey Graves said it during commentary that at one point Rey Mysterio has said that Dragon Lee would be the next, the next luchador to be doing so good. I'm like, word? That must have been one crazy long point, because that has not been shown not once in the past year. He's been having a long struggle to do that, because Penta and fucking Rey Fenix has been doing much better in that success, and it shows that whoever partners with Rey Mysterio is gonna go downhill. That's my only comment about that, but that's putting that to the side. I love Ludwig Kaiser. I enjoy him, and he knows how to put the work and put the story in. He's a good soldier. However, when it comes to AAA in that event, I do not want him to win. I would rather Dom or Vikingo to keep his championship. Those are my two choices. Anybody has an answer for it, we might talk about during Grappling of the Week this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. EST. But those are my two choices for it.
Imagine. I just want to watch the IWC burn. I just want to watch them burn this weekend. If El Grande Americano walks out with that title, God. Who? I mean, there's two others. He just uses the Shadow Clone Jutsu, so he could win it. I mean, just like with Seth with the Bronze, like
Oh,
one.
we are definitely gonna get those three other Grande this Sunday since it's a fatal forward. We're gonna get fucking clones, twins. We're gonna get them all.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably have it on this weekend just to watch it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when Saturday comes around. But speaking of the match itself, you know, El Grande Americano and Dirty Ass Dom, they do make a pretty good team because they're both cheating, lying, stealing heels and all that, with many cheap shots throughout this match, keeping Dragon Lee and AJ away from their partners and keeping them just away, just making sure their tags can't go through, they can't get their partners in. Great tag team work there when it comes to Dirty Ass Dom Mysterio and El Grande Americano, and even to a point where Dom tries to cheap shot AJ on the apron. And I love how when AJ chases him down, like, you know, AJ's quicker than him because he like immediately catches up to him, but then I'm so like, this is like the second week in a row that a poor cameraman got destroyed by a wrestler because they AJ just like sends Dom over the barricade and a poor camera guy like goes with him. I'm like, oh, that poor dude. I hope his camera's okay.
Bad. I also thought,
Yeah.
trust me, the camera team probably got scared of the production because just saying those cameras are not cheap. Those cameras are fucking like 5 to 10,000 to 25K. So trust me, the camera team probably got a whole anxiety attack there just seeing that happen.
Oh yeah.
But I felt bad for Dragon Lee. Just getting his mask ripped or getting his mask pulled. I get it's part of the story, the segment that was going on, but I just felt bad just seeing like a luchador just get risk here for the story for the segment just to be part of this, but getting their mask ripped, I felt bad for him. That's my one comment about it.
Yeah, no, that I felt bad too. But yeah, so like the match continues. AJ's able to get his hot tag, just lays on the pressure onto El Grande Americano, but of course they end up getting rid of Dragon Lee. Like, Dragon Lee got launched off that top rope like to the bottom. Like, he was basically done for the rest of the match. And when El Grande is trying to get that steel plate into his mask, he ends up dropping it right in front of Dom Mysterio, who puts it into his mask that he has, and he's able to headbutt AJ. El Grande Americano rolls him up for the win. The heels win, standing tall and all that. I thought the match was very fun. Definitely some good chemistry going on in that ring, especially from El Grande Americano and Dirty Ass Dom. Yeah. I saw a tweet about like when the Judgment Day actually do end up breaking up, they should have Dom have a faction with the other three El Grande Americanos backing him up.
Yes.
I'm just like, you know what? Yes, do that.
I mean, that just be no. Wait, what they should do is have Dom and a Gun Americano be tag teams, but each of the segment backstage switch a Gun Americano each person, so they are a different player, but they know the story of what's going on. So when it comes to match, each match that Dom participates with a Gun Americano switches every week, but the same character of a Gun Americano, but different. It could be Tyler Bay, it could be Ludwig, it could be Chad Cable, it could be any of them, but it works still for the character.
Yeah. Nah, that would be fun though. But yeah, talk to me about the match. Drop. How'd you feel about the match? The storyline being told here, because like even commentary said that Dom was able to outsmart AJ yet again. Somebody who's just like, with lack of a better term and all that, he is a genius in that ring and all that. But yeah, what do you think of the match? Drop.
I thought the match was pretty good because it's like I said earlier. The wrestling on tonight's show was really good, so I appreciated the teamwork that AJ Styles and Dragon Lee had with each other. I probably have to say one of my favorite spots of this match has to be when Dragon Lee helped AJ Styles get into the Styles Clash. That probably has to be my favorite spot out of this entire match because it just flowed so well and the execution was done perfectly. Like, that's something that definitely caught my eye.
I do agree on that point.
And another thing we got to figure out as well is what we're going to be doing with this whole steel plate thing, because this has been a recurring theme for many months now when it comes to him winning his matches. So we're going to have to figure out exactly like what we're going to be doing with that. Like we got to figure out exactly how to counter this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you already put it out there, Watkins. That very reason could be a way for El Grande Americano to win that championship this weekend. So I'm honestly hoping and praying that doesn't happen. If it's Dom, I don't mind. But they definitely do need to figure out in the near future like how to counter that, because I mean it's been going on for a couple months now, so they got to figure out like a strategy. Like like it's not like these people are living in the outside world. Like there has to be some continuity here when it comes to people being aware of Dom's tricks or El Grande Americano's tricks by now.
Well, that's the thing. It's like in the past with people like William Regal, for example. Like he had this thing where he would always bring out some brass knuckles and use them on people. And it got to the point where like some referees before certain matches would actually check William Regal, like check his like his boots, his trunks and all that to make sure he didn't have those brass knuckles on him. So like it should probably get to that point where like the refs are actually checking them like in the ring before the match starts. Like, okay, let me pat you down, make sure you don't have that steel plate on you and all that. Like it should probably get to that part, but we just haven't gotten there yet, I guess. But yeah, there's got to be some sort of counter for that headbutt.
Definitely, for sure, because you can't keep running into that all the time. Like either you wear like the toughest boots in the world to like counter that with a big boot or something. Like you got to figure out how to get around that. But like all in all though, like I thought the match was pretty good. Did it hurt to see AJ Styles get pinned? Of course. Do I want to see that? No. So I'm just hoping the end game is he gets a run with a title again.
Yeah.
Because I mean he's not getting any younger. I said the same thing about CM Punk. Give him another title run. It's been quite a bit.
Yeah. Even commentary mentioned like it's been since I think they said for a singles title it's been like since 2021 or 2022. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Since he's had a singles title. Like he had the tag titles with Omos for a bit, but yeah, singles wise, I don't even remember the last time he held a title.
No.
You know, and I mean, again, like AJ is one of those talents where it's like, you know, you can throw him in the title picture and it makes sense because it's AJ fucking Styles. I mean, he's one of the best in the world, if not the best, but you know, that's also an argument to have with other people regarding that. But like, yeah, it's high time he just kind of ends his career with just one more title reign, you know, whether that's a world title, a mid-card title, either one would be fine. Preferably a world title, but I mean, world title picture right now is kind of it's getting a little crowded, in a good way, you know, but we'll have to see where everything goes. Because I think they are telling a decent story when it comes to like AJ with Dom and everybody going on with that. But that's not the only instance we had.
Ooh, sorry, I know it's unmuted, and I want to say one last comment. It sucks that AJ Styles got pinned himself. I would have preferred Dragon Lee to have get pinned. Kind of sucks that for AJ in the type of repertoire he has, as we spoke highly about, sucks that he's the one that got pinned.
Yeah. Yep. That it most certainly does. But of course, the Judgment Day, they have other things to go on tonight because, like Finn told the ladies, hey, go take care of your business. And taking care of their business, they started to, because right now, Naomi's apparently injured. I heard about this, like it was like right before I left for work, or maybe right when I got home. I saw the tweet about it from WWE that apparently Naomi was not cleared to compete.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen any other news come out since then about like the nature of the supposed injury or like what's going on with her? Have y'all heard anything else tonight?
No. this was the first time I heard it. So like, what
Mhm.
happened at 8 o'clock and when I saw like at 7 o'clock, or I think one of you guys posted it in the Raw thread.
Yeah.
It was the first time I've seen it. So do I know if it's a work or story? No, maybe life happens, or just had to roll her off because of whatever reason, or maybe she's actually injured.
Mhm.
No more report has been out, so that's all I got on this drop. How about you?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything else on it, if I'm being 100% honest, because
Mhm.
all I really saw is whatever was put out online. I don't know the nature of it. I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if it's just a 1 week thing and she'll be back. I'm not
Mhm.
100% sure. My next question, about it though is like, is depending on the nature of it though, are they gonna have to switch around plans?
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
mean by that is like, she could very well still do the match with Stephanie Vaquer at Clash in Paris, but
Mhm.
is the nature of whatever it is it gonna have to maybe switch things around? Where, I mean, I'll be honest with you, heading into the match itself, I was expecting as much as I wanted, even though it is a 50-50 chance, Naomi to retain, but maybe due to what's going on, because it happens all the time, they could call an
Mhm.
audible and they could definitely go down a new direction, which I'm not opposed to, but
Mm.
it definitely did come out
Yeah.
of nowhere though.
Yeah, it kind of did because, like, yeah, like you said, like we're trying to build to the Stephanie Vakir stuff, and as we see with this match that EO ended up having and how that ended, it seems like that was going to be the ending anyways. But yeah, it's interesting how the world title, the women's world title picture is going to be played out. So yeah, we'll have to wait to see and hear what the nature of Naomi's injury is. But with that being said, Io does not have her title match tonight now, which very much sucks. So she's here to fight, ready to go after somebody. And luckily, there's a good old Roxanne Perez right there that's just making fun of her. And it's just like, all right, you know what? Why don't I fight you instead? And Anna Pierce makes it official right there on the spot. So we get Iyo Sky taking on Roxanne Perez tonight. Now, a very grounded match, especially when it comes to like Io's style for wrestling, but that's nothing to really take away from this. I thought it was still like a really good match from the two. They had a few like flippy counters against each other, which was really good to see. I think more with like Io, it's more of her like being able to be quick on her feet and being able to like counter in the air,
Yeah, it
which
makes a lot of
makes her
sense.
the genius of the sky itself. It's not just, oh, I can do the big old top flying moves. It's like, yeah, you can, but also like the way you move around in the ring, like your speed, um your uh your aerial offense as well is really good. And yeah, so like again, I thought this was a really good match. Again, very ground based when it comes to these two.
Hurry.
And mhm.
Oh,
What?
I was agreeing with you that it was very ground
Oh
based
yeah.
as well. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
understand, agree on that.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, of course Raquel is out there. She's gonna be trying to interfere, and luckily Io's able to combat her and beat her down and get her just out of the way. And that's not the only interference we get though, because Asuka and Kyrie just end up coming out. Now, this would make more sense, obviously, if this was the world title match, but I mean, it's still fine that they came out to still do this spot and still like tell this story that they're going to be telling,
Mhm.
where they come out to kind of help Io win, but it ends up kind of backfiring where she gets thrown into them, rolled up, and Roxanne wins the match. So good on Roxanne to get a win here. That's huge for her, especially on a former world champion like Iyo Sky. But this adds just a whole other layer because like we kind of assumed that we were gonna go down a route of Asuka turning on Io, because I did see like a few tweets online like pointing out different things here and there about like how Asuka talks to Io in the back, how it was like very similar to how she was talking to Bailey back in the day when like Damage Control were ending and all that.
It's more
So
aggressive. The tone, the attitude, the
mhm,
arms being closed, all those little small
yeah.
type of details matter.
Yeah. But before we get into the story aspect of it, of everything, what do you guys think of the match itself? Vash, what did you think of the match?
Honestly, the match was very solid.
Yeah.
I was watching it with dropping a few of the people on the call in our Discord community. Go check out the link down below. That this match was a solid 16 minutes. And chat, like I told Walkers before off air, this match felt like a 20-minute match. I didn't expect it to be this long. I thought it was gonna be not saying like a jobber match. I thought it was gonna be less than a 10-minute, 8-minute match. I thought it was gonna be like Iyo still being on top. But once the Kabuki Warriors came on top, came out to help, as they say, or distract or assist in any type of retrospect. They didn't do shit. They actually made the cost of Iyo having the loss against Roxanne, and I agree with Watkins. This is actually a plus for her, and actually gonna help elevate and feel like she's called the prodigy. She just pinned a ex-world champion of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown to have in their plate, in their experience, in their resume. So for Roxanne to pin her, it really adds more to her stock. It adds more to her value. So I'm really happy to see. Hey, we have the prodigy pin Iyo Sky before even Stephanie Vaquer has done it. So it just shows the belief of what Roxanne has done over the years. She has put the work, and now it has earned her to continue her strife.
Yeah. So yeah, all good things said. What about you, Drop? What did you think of the match?
This was probably my favorite match of the night, if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, because you have Iyo Sky. Enough said about her. She is known to be one of the greatest women's wrestlers in the world. Arguably, I'd say she probably is, but that's just my opinion. And you also have Roxanne Perez, who is a newcomer. She's getting involved with a lot of these former world champions. She has a long road ahead of her. And it's just nice to see how she mixes with these other superstars in the ring. Because when I first saw Roxanne Perez, I knew she had the potential. But then once you let her, cut loose a little bit and have her do things outside of the box, now that she's a heel, you can see like more out of her that way, because she's not really limited. Because sometimes when you're a face, you're limited to certain things depending on the kind of character you are. And to me, she always looked like one of those girls that just did whatever she wanted. So once she got into that realm, she was able to do exactly that. And this was literally like a wrestling match. They were going at it for quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long the match was. It definitely felt like a good 20 minutes or so. These two ladies were going at it when it came to this match itself. So I love seeing, how much Roxanne is willing to go in order to beat Iyo, because there could have been many times within this match itself where she could have, Iyo could have Iyo could have pinned Roxanne and it could have been done, but she kept, kicking out. She kept going, and that's a nice thing to see, because it shows that durability that you need to go, especially like once Roxanne gets further in her career and she's in a world title match or a Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank match or Elimination Chamber, whatever the case may be, she's in a high stakes match. That just shows, oh yeah, you're not going to hit just one finisher on me and then I'm going to be done. Like, no, Roxanne's, going the extra mile. She's reading her opponents and everything like that. So that's something I really did appreciate when it came to this match itself, showing who Roxanne is, showing that she could step up to the plate when it comes to an Iyo Sky or Rhea Ripley, characters like that. So that's something I really liked. And another thing I also, I will admit it did hurt seeing Iyo get pinned, but I understood why they did it, to build to the whole story that's going around of Iyo, Asuka, and Kairi. And Io's at the point I can say that she's bulletproof in terms of like if she loses a match, she'll be fine. So she's definitely there for like a Rhea Ripley or Becky Lynch in terms of, yeah, if I lost a match, I'll be fine. It's not gonna like, have me go deeper and deeper down to the ground. So that's something I can say. But one person in particular that's going to be interesting to see where this goes is the whole Asuka thing, though.
Yeah, because like when all was said and done, I think this was actually directly after the ad break and all that, we had Iyo and Asuka arguing in the back, and Asuka even shoving Iyo too, and Kyrie's just kind of put in the middle here, but
That was
obviously
such like, what do I do? Is
yeah,
just
she's just
say,
like,
should I go?
what do I
Should
do?
Yeah,
But
that's the thing. That's
But
what I
she-
feel like is going to be the big point right there. Is like
Mhm.
Kyrie's decision.
well, I mean, she did choose Asuka in this aspect, leaving Iyo alone. So that kind of tells you, hey, okay, she's going to be aligning with Asuka, which is fine. That's all good. But like, we're starting to get this we're starting to paint this picture now of Iyo kind of being alone here. Well, in a way, because I think she'll have one ally here, but we'll get to that ally here in just a second. Because like after that, like, and this is like later on in the night, she gets confronted by Stephanie Vaquer, who's just like, hey, you know, you're not the only one who's kind of in limbo right now when it comes to this world title picture. So don't forget about that. And she just walks away. And then Rhea comes by and tries to like talk some sense into Iyo, be like, hey, you know, I saw what happened. Are you sure you can really trust them? And Iyo just kind of pushing her away. I think Rhea's still going to try to like be Io's friend and try to be somebody for Iyo to lean on in all this. They could form a tag team. I don't know. I mean, the women's tag team division kind of needs tag teams, but that could be a thing too. I think Iyo and Rhea are going to be involved with the story when it comes to like Asuka and Kyrie, which is going to be a very interesting dynamic going into all that. But how do you guys feel about like this, just like the tease with Stephanie, the inclusion of Rhea in all of this? How are you guys feeling about this?
Seems like
I
she
would say-
has new friends.
Mhm.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, especially for Rhea too, because like she's still like she's still dealing with the whole aspect of like being betrayed by the Judgment Day. I know that was like a year ago, but like that shit does stick with you, like being betrayed by people that you called family. But and I mean, Io's kind of dealing with that right now too. So it's like Rhea's coming up to her and be like, hey, you know what? I get it. Trust me, I get it, but I'm here for you, girl. Okay, and like you kind of see that conflicting look on Rhea's face when Iyo just shoves her away.
I really like the Rhea also her approach, for anybody that didn't notice, like the way her communication, the way she just said, hey, like her demeanor was like chill acting, like it wasn't like pushy. It was like, hey, just coming in just to ask for support and everything. I'm here to help you out. I saw what happened, or just that chill demeanor. It didn't feel like it was invading privacy, and he was like, hey, you deal with your problems, I deal with my problems, still walking away, but it wasn't being rude or aggressive. It was like, hey, I understand that you want to help and everything, but you don't need to chime in any of my business that I didn't even reach out to you for. So that's something I did appreciate of the acting of their character, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, it does. It does. And I think the biggest thing here is just that whole question that Rhea asked is, can you trust the Kabuki Warriors? Because that's the thing. It's just like Iyo didn't need help in that match, but the Kabuki Warriors went out there anyways. And like I was saying earlier, like with a lot of the backstage segments that we were getting with this group, and just like Asuka's overall demeanor when it came to Iyo since she's come back has been, again, very similar to what she did towards Bailey when Damage Control was ending and all that. So yeah, some very interesting stuff to kind of start off.
We did speak about this last week on Raw, saying that this may be a possibility that this may happen with their characters of Rhea and Iyo maybe tag teaming together, might go for Charlotte and Flair and Alexa Bliss. We said also the whole Kabuki Wars may be happening as well. So we saw the possibility of all these things being the case.
Especially with Rhea being inserted in the equation, considering that the Kabuki Warriors, specifically Asuka, has a lot of issues with her, because whenever like Iyo gets brought up, or whenever Io's in the picture, or when she's around, because we've seen it on screen before, Asuka just has that expression on her face where she doesn't want to be around her. So imagining if, you know, push comes to shove and, you know, a conflict starts brewing even more between them, and you got Iyo coming there for the rescue to like back her up and try to prevent whatever's going to be happening next. That might even dig a even deeper hole for the Kabuki Warriors relationship with Iyo.
Yeah, a lot of drama coming forward with the women's division, and that's the thing. That's another thing too. I'm glad this is separate from any titles right now, because as much as I love title feuds, I love feuds that are just separate from it to help not only build other stars, but just add more character to it. Because yes, wrestling is all about winning the titles, winning the glory, winning all of that stuff. But like sometimes the egos just get a little too much, and you just gotta start to learn how to deal with it and how to get through it. And it's not going to be the only instance that we talk about drama, especially within the women's division tonight. Here, like that's the thing. Like tonight, when it comes to like the storytelling, there was a lot to do with the women's division, and a lot of just like separate things. They can give us another evolution this year if this is the case. I mean, y'all could easily do it, but that's asking a lot of WWE to do right now when we're fans.
I will say I really enjoying that we're having stories in the backstage connecting to matches again, and with girls that don't involve titles, that these are big enough type of superstars that they could do without titles, and it feels important. It feels that it's not being stressed.
Yeah, and don't worry, Moose. We'll touch on Bailey here in just a moment. I have some words about that, but anything else we want to add? Oh, go ahead.
And I see Moose is
oh, the other one, the other one. Yeah. You get 2 thumbs up for me. You get 2 thumbs up for me for that other comment. Yeah. Anything else we want to add to the discussion when it comes to like Iyo, the world title picture, Roxanne and Raquel, like any other like little tidbits that we didn't hit on with all this? Because I know it's a lot, but like we're just at the starting point, I think, with all of this.
Just Raquel towers over all these girls, and I'll be laughing when I see Raquel because a big shout out to our friend memory NK. When he was watching, he said, "Is Raquel really that big, or is she just on top of something that girl just looks like she's towering over them?" Like, no, she's just actually that giant. And then when I stare, Raquel, Roxanne, Iyo, and I believe somebody else, and I'm like, it's really tall. Like damn, Raquel's actually that huge.
Yeah.
Or Roxanne and Iyo are just that small too.
Maybe no, never mind. I'm gonna keep that thought away. Anyways, Sami Zayn versus Rusev. Hey, this was a match that was set up because last week there was a brawl between Sheamus and Rusev, and Sami Zayn got in the middle of it. But we did get a little bit of a backstage segment here with Sami talking to Adam Pearce. He wants a world heavyweight title shot, and specifically at Clash of Paris. Interesting, he mentions that, but I think he's going to be going for a different title in Paris. Yes. But yeah, so he's trying to state his case for that world title towards Adam Pearce and all that. And first, he has to deal with Rusev tonight. And speaking of the devil, it's not the devil; it's actually Sheamus, who is the redheaded stepchild and all this. He comes up and is just like, "Oi, I want." He wants Rusev, obviously, but Sami's just like, look, man, I know you want Rusev. I know you want this. Let me have this. I need this. I need to show that I am the caliber of superstar to go for a world title. And Sheamus, he's like, you know what? Fine. Take care of your business. But the moment that bell rings and the match is over, I'm going to kick me some Bulgarian ass. So, yeah. Sheamus already just laying down the law right there backstage. And when we get to the match, hey, it's power versus technique, a tale as old as time when it comes to the wrestling sphere. And near the end stage of this match, we get a Helluva kick, which is blocked by a Machka kick. Nice little segment there from Rusev, and he's looking to lock in the accolades. Sami is able to fight out of it for a near fall roll-up pin. Rusev counters the exploder suplex and lands some clubbing blows onto Sami. Rusev then hits the 10 beats of the Bowderon, just digging that nail into Sheamus, just being like, "Oh, I'm teasing you, Sheamus. What are you gonna do? You gonna come out here and ruin this match for Sammy? Go ahead, do it." Just tempting that Irishman to come out there, but you're gonna have to wait till after the end of the match for that one, Rusev. But hey, Sammy's able to catch Rusev in an exploder, and he's setting up for the Helluva Kick. But in comes the MFT. That's right. Good old Solo Sikoa, Tala Tonga, the GOAT, Tongaloa, and JC Mateo come out to beat down Sami Zayn, get the DQ in the night. And then Sheamus comes out to beat down Rusev. That match is probably going to happen soon. Hopefully, some sort of stipulation added to it. Falls count anywhere, Extreme Rules, whatever have you. Let them just have some carnage. Let it get them out of their systems. Match itself, the storyline's going through it. Again, I'm assuming we're getting Solo versus Sammy for the US title at Paris instead of him going for a world title, which is fine. That's fair. And again, Sheamus versus Rusev. Hopefully it's a stipulation match. But Drop, what do you think of all this? Like, especially with like Sammy and Sheamus's talk before the match and just them like Sammy and Rusev's too, like their match. How do you think that actually kind of played out tonight?
So I will say this right here. I enjoy the interaction with them because that's not something you normally see, especially of two completely different characters. So just seeing them interact alone was actually pretty interesting, and I understand, why Sheamus wants Rusev, because obviously they have unfinished business. Just last week we saw them going all over the entire arena because of how much hatred they had for each other. So I understand his reasoning behind that. But also when it comes to Sammy as well, he got involved in it. Rusev smacked him. Obviously any normal person would want to get involved and have a match the following week or the night of because of what occurred at that time. So at least they're at like the same wavelength in terms of like, yeah, you got him tonight. I'll worry about whatever's left beyond that point. So I did enjoy that part.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a great match too and all that. But Vash, what did you think of the match and just like everything surrounding it too? Like especially the MFT just coming out and being like, "Oh, we're gonna get our revenge for you, Sammy."
The most funniest thing is, chat, is that we literally said this past Friday that MFT might pop up if Sami Zayn is still there, because we said it during our Friday show that hey, Sami Zayn is on SmackDown. I said no, he's probably just here because they're in Canada, still being involved just to have somebody support because he is from Montreal and everything such as etc. But then when it comes down to it, we later find out that he's still on Raw, having a match, and with Rusev and everything. I love how, by the way, with Sheamus talking to Adam Pearce, I love how he approaches him and be like, "And who's gonna stop me, fella?" Like just acting like it just. I don't know why, but he gave me a bit of Jason Statham from Transporter type of vibes, like just that type of attitude. Not sure if it's like the accent or because I can't even say bald head because our boy Sheamus don't got bald head, so I can't even be that. But when it comes to the match after that and during MFT, them showing up, not too shocked. I was kind of like more like, oh, obviously you guys did show up because Sammy was involved with you guys and everything involved this past Friday, so this spills over. I wonder what is this going to lead to? Is this going to lead to Sammy coming back to Friday now and be like, all right, Solo, I got problems with you now? Then would this lead into him actually staying on a SmackDown show? It depends. So like that's my only comment about that with MFT, because it really depends how it goes. And to also finish off my thoughts, that with Rusev and Sheamus, right after that, going at it, that bro kick at the end by the announce table, or I believe it was that actually the knee jab, that was something obviously because Sheamus, he said, yo, hey, I won't bother you during your match. And that's what Corey Graves said. He didn't technically bother me in this match. MFT got them disqualified, things went. Then Sheamus interrupted, like, all right, cool, this is my cue. Hadouken. Took him out, and he did his thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Good old knee Hadouken.
I will say this about the match, because I thought you asked about the segment itself. I was a little confused on.
Oh yeah. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
But the match itself, I thought it was great. I thought it was entertaining overall. I was honestly probably one of the other things I was intrigued to see tonight, because you got Sami Zayn. We already know how great of a wrestler he is. Getting Rusev involved, more guys like that, it's always nice to see. So I thought the match itself definitely delivered in terms of quality when it comes to how much these two guys were like going to hell within the match itself, because you got Sami Zayn as the ultimate underdog, you got Rusev as like the ultimate destroyer. He wants to just rip people to pieces. So I did like that. My question next is like, obviously with the whole MFT thing, like, is just like a little side quest for Solo and Sami Zayn, because I initially thought it was just a one-off because of where they were on Friday. That's what I thought, because it was Sami Zayn's hometown. They're like, okay, you know what, we'll throw him out there and everything. But like, I'm very curious where this leads to. Like, what's on the line? What is this going to really progress and everything? Because I mean, you also got to think, what is Jacob gonna do? Because it's not like Jacob's out of commission. Yep. It's not like Jimmy Uso's out of commission. So it's like, do they get involved too? Like, what is this gonna turn into? Because if that's the case, you got like Sami Zayn, Sheamus, you have Jimmy Uso, and you have Jacob Fatu against, I guess I would say, those group of guys plus Rusev or something.
Yeah.
Unless you like swap out Tonga Loa, where he's just a little mascot character.
I mean, you could, yeah. I mean, probably keep Sheamus and Rusev separate from it, I would say.
Yeah.
Just, because they kind of had their own thing. It's more of just like this was just like an instance of like storylines kind of intertwining a little bit, because it's like, hey, like kind of like what Sheamus and Sam were talking about in the back. It's like, I know you have this thing with Rusev going on, but I kind of need this right now, just to stay away for right now. That's kind of what I chalk that down onto. I mean, if Sammy does face Solo at Clash in Paris, I don't see him taking the title, because like you were alluding to, and Jacob Fatu, he's not injured or anything. He's not like on the shelf. Like, they didn't put him on the shelf.
We haven't heard anything like that in those details, because the only thing we heard was Austin Theory being on the shelf, and like that's the only rumor that we heard. So for Jacob Fatu, we just probably took a week off. Like, hey, you killed it in SummerSlam. Take the week off Friday, or he probably has some bruises, probably needs to heal up, or probably not make it clear or something like that. So I'm not too stressed. I know he'll be back this Friday. We're gonna need our Samoan Werewolf, our Fatu.
Watch he doesn't come back until Clash in Paris.
I'm okay with that too. He deserves his break. Bro has 5 kids. Bro probably being a dad out there too.
I got kids. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else more to say on that. Just, I hope with Sheamus and Rusev's next match, there is a stipulation added to it. Just do something more with it. Let them get it out. Let them get it out of their system. That's all.
They should have a fucking street fight. Like, just have a street fight, because I don't think they're gonna go back to Europe other than Paris. Because I was gonna say, like, hey, if you want to have something like theme related, they can have like a European street fight or something like that. I don't know if Paris has that, because they're more civilized. So maybe they could go, street fight with, street fight with breads, breadsticks. I don't know.
What? Wow, how countryist are you?
Breadsticks sound good.
I mean, they do, yeah.
Yeah, but, just smack the, Shane's gonna be banger after banger. Just smack them with the chest, a whole breadstick on top, or like a slice of pizza.
But also, how many revolutions has France had in history? Like, come on, those people are violent. Come on.
I know, that's what it is. As I said, they're civilized, right? They're civilized.
Yeah, they're civilized people. They look. French fries come over there, so it's fine. It's all good. Onward now to our quickfire segments. We got 2 quickfire segments tonight. The first one, hey, look, Becky Lynch defeated Maxxine Dupri in a glorified squash match.
Look, chat, I'll be
Cool.
honest. This match was more story purposes, and if this match was like, if Raw SmackDown was still on Hulu, and instead of having the full 2-hour show and 30 minutes, like 2 hours minute, and yeah, 2 hours and 30-minute show of today, they will probably have an hour and 50. I mean, like an hour and 50, hour and 30 on Hulu, because that's what I used to watch almost like a year and a half ago. And chat, the most funniest shit about this, they would have skipped this match of Maxxine Dupri and Becky Lynch. Like, I would rather have seen Becky Lynch versus Natalya. That would have been a better groundwork match. Really good grappling. Really good type of counter versus counter I would have seen. But to literally have telling Maxxine Dupri, hey, go through the rope. Get out of my ring. Get the fuck out of my ring. And I'm like, bro, this was a 5-minute and 35-second match. I literally look at the screen, and I'm just watching it for like a minute or two, just seeing them, hey, just get on my ring, and then just seeing Maxxine do like a whole arm drop after, and I'm like, I get it for the story purposes, just to push Natalya buttons and everything, but this is not working for me. Maxxine Dupri has been training, has been working Natalya, and to kind of have his character still be this type of thing, I'm not enjoying it. Because I know Maxxine Dupri has been putting the work in the Performance Center and other things that she's been doing. So I would have expected better, at least had a match instead of a fucking whole story segment. Honestly. Like, that's straight to the point.
See, you spent a lot more time talking about that than I would have. Yeah. I just didn't give a shit about it. I'm just gonna be flat out honest. I didn't give a shit about it.
I agree, but this is positive, optimistic. That's trying to look forward to what could have been or what could we have done better out of it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if they actually had a match, it would have been more important instead of a fucking story segment just to have Maxxine Dupri look fucking worthless or pointless of why she's actually in the ring. It's like, why are we going to treat a wrestler like this? Like, if this was story purpose, we could have done this backstage. Like, if they're going to put her in the ring, we could have actually done something with it. Like, Chelsea Green has the skills, but Maxxine Dupri is building the skills, so her acting and everything looks very choppy and looks very awkward. So that's something that I would have preferred if we're gonna do something positive out of it. But I know I spoke very much longer. You care for a lot less. But Drop, have any thoughts about this other than not caring or being optimistic about it?
That's it.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Excellent. The other quickfire segment we have, so there was a promo for Bayley, like a promo video package of Bayley talking about how much she's put into the WWE, how much she's given to the WWE, and it kind of ends in an interesting way where it almost seems like she's gonna be on full-on crash out mode, and then it cuts to Lyra having a backstage interview, being like, it's not my fault that this is happening to Bayley. I told her what I said. I said my piece and all that, which is great and all that. Here's my thing with it. Didn't we just have Naomi kind of have a crash out moment character thing going on? Isn't that kind of her character right now?
Yeah.
The crash out character?
It's on the same show now. If Naomi was still on SmackDown, it would have worked because we're having two crazy people on a different show. And the last time we saw somebody having a crash out before Naomi was Liv, when it came to Liv after Rhea for a short time, and then she became more stable and everything. So when it came to Bayley, when it comes to like. By the way, chat, I love the video package, the promo, her asking, her understanding, the camera work, zooming in, and then paneling on a static frame, showing that she's gonna go crazy with the sound effects. Very solid, very believable. But I have to be right behind Walkers and support this because it's not saying I'm not looking forward to it. Hey, it depends on execution. It depends what type of crash out, because Naomi was like, hey, be careful. Or be cautious, because I'll fuck you up. But with Bayley, it depends. It's more on her execution. Will she just try to tell you to be cautious too? Or she say, hey, I'm not hugging no more. I'm a stabber. I don't know. It's like, are we going to go in that route? Like, what type of personality? Because the other craziness we have is technically Nikki Cross, and she's over there on SmackDown. So it really depends. Like, are you going to be different in the craziness crash out? Or are you going to be too similar for us to compare you?
Yeah, that's just my worry. It's just like we're gonna have two crash out characters on the same show in the same company and all that stuff. It's just like, can we do something a little different?
And plus, some
But
breathing room where it's not so
yeah,
recent either.
yeah. That's my other thing too, is Bailey turned face like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Well, she really has not been faced that long, and she was on like a whole like like a 5-year heel run. Like, and we're really gonna turn Bailey heel again. Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But Job, what are your thoughts on this Bailey heel turn thing, especially against Lyra too?
I am curious to see where it goes because I mean I can understand her reasoning as to feeling that
Mhm.
way because it's definitely understandable given the recent circumstances surrounding Becky and Lyra and everything that she's gone through up to this point, so I can understand the reasoning behind it. I'm just wondering more so on the execution of it, if it's going to make sense, if it's needed, and everything like that. I'm just hoping that whatever plans they have in store, it at least makes sense and it adds something to her character because I really do
Mhm.
like Bailey, and all I'm hoping for in the end is for something to work out for her that could help benefit her, that could help her rise in the ranks a little bit because I mean things are going well with Becky, things are going well with Charlotte. It always seems like even if Sasha was still here, I'm pretty sure things would be going well with her. It's always Becky. It's always Bailey the one that's
Yeah, you're
feeling
right. You're right.
Mhm.
because all
Yeah.
three of them technically got two of them are in WWE. They're both champions. The other one's in AEW. She's a champion. I mean, what's going on with Bailey?
Yeah, but Bailey is a
She's an
questionable
eight-time
one.
champion.
Oh my
Like,
god, she's
fucking god.
that's
Yeah, but
right.
don't get me started, Mercedes. No, no,
Oh,
no,
but when it
not
comes to
that.
that, I agree with you, Drive. You make 100% point now that you bring it to the forefront. Like, what's with the writing? What's with her character? That why do we? Why is it that she feels that she's in the back burner?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's basically been Bailey the whole time. I mean, look at when 3 of the horsewomen were moved up to the main roster. It was 3 of them and they left Bailey behind for like
yeah, she's in
the better
NXT
part of
for a
like
bit.
yeah, exactly.
I still remember when Bailey finally got called up, and I recall
Mhm.
it was that pay per view they had where it was like Charlotte and somebody. It might have been
Dana Brooke.
yeah, Dana. It was Charlotte and Dana Brooke,
Yep.
and then it was Sasha, and then it was like this whole mystery partner, and then Bailey's music played, and then that's when official call up came.
Mhm. Yeah, because I remember that too. Because I think Charlotte ended up taking the pin for that one, and they're like, "Oh crap, Charlotte lost a pay per view match." Because then they started like changing moving the goalposts of like, "Oh well, Charlotte's never lost one-on-one matches at pay per view before,"
Yeah,
and then that turned into, "Oh well, Charlotte's never lost." Title matches at pay per views before. It's like, oh yeah, we'll keep moving the goalposts for Charlotte. Okay, great, awesome. Yeah, I think I'm also with Vash too. It's just like I'm more curious on the execution of this, how it will play out and all that. Because I know Bailey will do a good job with it.
yeah,
Um, and Lyra kind of being in denial that it's partially her fault. Like it's not fully her fault that Bailey's turning out this way, but it kind of partially is your fault, Lyra. So maybe learn how to take some responsibility for what's
Accountability is
about to
good,
happen to you.
Lyra, because you're
Yeah.
about to get some to your face.
Yeah. And if you need an accountability buddy, just call up the Weebs of the Ring. We'll be your accountability buddy. It'll be fine. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of our show here. Again, like I said earlier, I thought this was an okay Raw. I thought like WWE's still kind of playing it safe. And I kind of thought this too, like with the main event, because it's like, oh, we're getting another main event tag match, and then it ends in DQ, and then like you get the obvious, all right, well, Seth's gonna be in a multi-man match for his title. He's gonna be upset about it. Like everything still feels very safe when it comes to WWE. Like not too many risks are being taken, but hopefully when Paris comes around, we take a few more, see where things go and all that.
Yeah, because
But
with this type of opportunity of this fatal four-way that we have main event Jey Uso, CM Punk, and LA, which one is going to be an interesting type of dynamic. Like we're gonna have these four work together, so that's something we don't usually see, and I'm excited to see that. And it really depends how Seth is going to handle this. Because of course Seth is going to be out on top because the way Paul Heyman speaks about the Vision team, with Braun Breaker being the next, WrestleMania main event, is how he keeps introducing them. So and with Bayley is one thing I'm very excited for, because if she's going to be crazy, how are we going to execute this role of her? So I'm really curious to see. And other than that, can't wait for Thursday, because I'm like Watkins asked us behind the scenes before we went live, or I believe when we were still live but just muted. Terry Cross. I can't wait. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that on Thursday. But Drop, what do you think of Raw tonight?
So I thought Raw did good, like I said earlier, when it came to the matches aspect. I really did appreciate the wrestling that we got tonight. That's something I was definitely entertained with when it comes to what we got there, because I mean Iyo Sky versus Roxanne Perez was probably my favorite match of the night. So I really did enjoy that. Very curious to see where the story goes with them. I also am very curious to see I'm also very curious to see what goes on with CM Punk and LA Knight moving forward, because that should be really exciting. Because I mean, seeing those two together is honestly like, it's pretty crazy. You don't normally see a combination like that, but plus we got this fatal four-way to build up to. That should be cool to see what lengths that leads to and everything. And I'm also wondering if there's going to be any sort of thing with Roman, because I saw Roman on the cover page.
Yeah.
So hopefully they have some sort of incorporation of Roman in there.
Imagine if he's a special referee for the fatal four-way.
That would be fun.
That would be hilarious. But all right, well, hey, if you're still watching from here, let us know in the chat, let us know in the comments what you thought of Monday Night Raw. If you hated it, let us know. If you loved it, let us know. If you thought it was just mediocre at best, let us know. Love to hear from all of you in those lovely sections of the comments in the chat. But of course, with our end of our show, we always come to this point where we got to plug the things that we do. And unfortunately, I don't know how an electrical socket works to plug it in, but there's a guy over there wearing some gloves that's just in between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Maybe he can help out with the plugs. I don't know, but maybe that legend can vash his way through some plugs.
Look, chat, I'm gonna keep it simple. As you see, the Weebs of the Ring, the handles down below. We have the panelists. We have Drop This Box. We have the legendary Vash, myself, and we have the world champions, Watkins MW. So go check our handles. Go check out the hashtag Weebs of the Ring, is where you can also see our tweets when we talk about live tweeting the show of Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Maybe we might be doing Triple A this weekend. As well, additionally, check out the handle Weebs of the Ring or AniMa W3 Studio with a 3 for the Wii. And as well, remember that always check out down below for the description, where we have the links to where to find us in our social media, and also join our Discord community. And additionally, go check out the audio feed. We appreciate any support that you can do for our online audio feed. Yes, that's what I was going for. That's all I got. Other than that, check out our personal channels from the team for Drop This Box, that also for Watkins W, and anybody else that has their personal content down below. So we appreciate all the support from all you guys, and thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching and taking time out of your day to listen to the Weebs of the Ring podcast. If you enjoyed what we had to say, why not do exactly what Vash just told you to do? We are known as Weebs of the Ring on all social media platforms. Also, be sure to use that hashtag of Weebs of the Ring to interact with us before, during, or after our shows. Feedback's always appreciated because, hey, we're nothing without you guys tuning in to the show, and we always love to up our game and boost our levels when we can. Weebs of the Ring is presented by AniMa W3 Studio. Thanks, of course, to our production team for all of their hard work. Thank you once again for joining us, and remember, as always, no stunt grannies were harmed in a recording of this podcast. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you on Thursday for Grappling with the Week. Have a good one.
See you guys.
Bye-bye. Check.